Hey. Now I'm laughing, and that's okay. And I'm live, and it's all right. It's okay. You want to know why it's okay? Because I'm actually not by myself this week, you guys. I was about to say, hey. And one of the CWall team members just started talking right in the middle of the introduction. Y'all, I have two very special guests literally in the house with me, with your girl, CWall, for this week's edition of Coaching from the Couch. Joy is here, literally, like in real life. And the originator, Sherrod Oliphant, is also here. So, if I look like I'm a little out of it already, it's because I'm not used to people. First of all, this is exciting for me. Because you all know that we have been in a pandemic for a whole entire year. And we would do the show in the studio. You know, people come out. People come to the studio and everything. And being safe, which we all still are. I'm sitting here. Joy way over there somewhere. Sherrod way over there somewhere. But kind of impromptu CWall team gathering. We're missing a couple people. But again, it's impromptu. But they're in the building. So if you hear additional dialogue, that's who it is. So we're saying welcome to everybody. Now, when is there a dull moment in DC sports? That would be never. This week is no different, everybody. Always got something going on, and I'm already seeing everyone tuning in. I see Harry, and I see Damon, and I see Daryl, and I saw Cameron say this is going to be fun. Loads of fun. So, hey, listen. We got to get to the fun, right? May as well get it going and get it started. Listen, before we get started, though, you guys know the drill. You have to tag your DC sports loving family and friends in this post. Make sure make sure you're sharing, they're sharing, and everybody is tuned in because we're going to go through March Madness. Got a quick Nats update. We're going to drag the Wizards. That is on the show, run of show, dragging the Wizards. I will not. That is on the agenda. And we're going to do a little Washington football team talk. We're still trying to figure out what we want to talk about regarding the Washington football team, but nonetheless, that will be one of the topics. So, with all that being said, and I see Wallace has joined in right on time, let's get started on March Madness. The Hoyas were ousted last weekend. The Terps men's basketball was ousted last weekend, but the Terps women are still in the running for NCAA championship. The Terps got ran out the building, y'all. That was kind of sad watching that game. I wanted them to stop the game. I was tired of watching Alabama shoot threes and make them. I was like, my gosh. Just quit it. Just quit it. I do want to mention that a DMV area sports fan reached out to me and sent me an article. I believe it was by Barstool Sports. It was about Mark Turgeon and how they're tired of the excuses for Mark Turgeon and they're sick of them. Under Mark Turgeon's head coaching leadership, the Terps have only made it to one Sweet 16. And that basically his time needs to be up. I can't say that I disagree. I mean, hey, listen, it's a results-driven business, I would think, and he has not produced adequate results. I mean, no. Can you make the Sweet 16 every year? Some teams don't. The good teams do. But it remains to be seen. I wanted to acknowledge that because I understand that a lot of the fans are frustrated with Coach Turgeon, and rightfully so. So, it wasn't a first round exit. It was a second round exit. So we'll see, and that remains to be tracked as time goes on. In Georgetown Hoyas news, what came out today, Qudus Wahab, he has entered the transfer portal. Here was a quote in reports noted by Coach Patrick Ewing. Q was an important piece of our success this year, and he needs to do what he feels is best for him. I want to wish him luck in his future. After an exciting postseason, we are ready to focus on 2021 and the 22 season. This was a huge shock, I know, to me. I don't know how other Hoyas fans feel. But Wahab, he's listed at 6'11". He's 237. He had a good year. He had a solid year. This was a player that I felt like was a critical piece to their future. He still has 3 eligible years left in his college career. I don't know. I was shocked to see it. I was disappointed to see it, and I think it's a storyline that we need to continue to track and watch. I was definitely disappointed because it seems like as soon as the Hoyas get a little bit of leverage, feel like they're getting the juice a little bit, starting to warm up a bit, then this happens. So I'm definitely just, I don't know, I'm really disappointed by it. Straight up and down disappointed by it. So we'll see. But circling all the way back, had to get through all the bad news first. Maryland's women, they out here cranking. They out here doing exactly what they supposed to be doing. They are balling. The originator just said it in the background. They are balling. They look like they ready. They look like they trying to win the championship. So many offensive weapons. They're actually on a win streak. This is their 15th game that they've won in a row. And these ladies do not look like they are letting up anytime soon. So here's to wishing them the best. They're back on, I believe, Sunday night against Texas. Cheer the ladies on. They're doing an awesome job. They representing for the area. And it's good basketball. It's daggone good basketball. So we still got a team in it. We still got a team in it. So let's keep that positive energy going. Now, before we switch over to what is bad basketball, let me do this Nats update really quick. Gio Gonzalez announced today that he's retiring. So, hey, listen. Cheers to you. Kudos to you. Excellent career and season. So, hey. See you later. That's all I had to say about Gio. I was just like, see you later. I don't even know what to say in terms of, wishing you nothing but the best. I feel like I had more of a heartwarming and heartfelt retirement message for other people. But I don't have that much to say about Gio. But awesome career. Now, shall we begin to talk about the Wizards? Listen, now, no, I want everybody to check in with your like and your love emojis just for the show, of course. Now, in the comments, I definitely want to see your thoughts about the trade that the Wizards made today. I felt like they just wanted to participate in trade activity. I really was like, oh, did you? Listen, and for those that are just checking in, so that you know, I have some guests in the house, literally. Joy is in the house. Literally. The originator is in the house, literally. And this is impromptu. And they came to join me and visit after this year long of pandemic and not doing shows in the studio. We've made the house the studio. So just wanted to let y'all know. If y'all see me laughing and talking to people, that's who it is. But the Wizards, and earlier today, to your question, Cameron Mingo, yes, I absolutely saw what you said. And you said, who are these people? So, I don't know. So I was just, and here's the thing, you guys. I got a note, quick plug for the Triple W podcast. Make sure you all are subscribed on YouTube, and also follow and subscribe on Spotify. I got a message because we were getting ready for the show that Tommy Shepard is doing a press conference as we speak. I am not on the press conference because I'm sitting here talking to you all. And it's interesting. Traded Troy Brown and Mo Wagner to the Chicago Bulls for Daniel Gafford and Chandler Hutchinson. And Mo actually is now, he's a Boston Celtic. He got traded. It was it ended up being a three-way deal. And, hey, it had been, let me back up for a moment. It had been reports out that Mo was being shopped. Troy Brown Jr. was being shopped. We had heard some of that. And so it turned out to be true. I've been seeing what Wallace is actually mentioning, and that's that he's been saying that it was a good trade for the Wizards. Hey, look, I've been seeing that, and I disagree with it. I know that I've been seeing what everybody is saying as well, and I'm just kind of like, hey, this is something that worries me and frustrates me, because it's like, don't do something just to do it. To Dez's point, Daniel has the potential to be nice, and has to make a solid contribution. But to my understanding, Chandler is hurt often. Hey, as with everything, we all know it remains to be seen, but it smells and is reminiscent of the same old, and that is frustrating. I know for fans, because nothing is not really being moved. It's not really making anything that's gonna say, okay, we're making a push for the playoffs. As Joy is she's here, but she's commenting in the chat. The team needs healthy players. Harry, I want to acknowledge your comment. They got some solid bench players. Yep. Gafford up and coming, center, and Hutchinson's minutes were non-existent with the Bulls. Exactly right. So, hey, listen. This is where we are. It is what it is. When I saw it, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Did they do this just to say that they participated in the trade or made some sort of movement in the trade? Perhaps. Clearly, that's why he did it. But nonetheless, I was underwhelmed by the news. I was not at all feeling the news. So, we shall see. The Wizards are actually playing right now, y'all. The Wizards are playing the Knicks. I was very disappointed by the game that the Wizards played by the Knicks, and with the Knicks the other night. Can't even get my words out. I was so frustrated by it. I can't even get it right. And I do want to mention this, because I mentioned to you all last week about Scott Brooks' demeanor, and in a couple of the press conferences. And funny enough, last Thursday they were playing, right? So maybe we can give them some good vibes, because last Thursday they were playing the Utah Jazz and they ended up winning that game. Remember, y'all? Just last Thursday. And I was dragging them then. And they ended up winning. So they're playing again tonight. Let's send them some good vibes. Perhaps they can steal one or win a game Maybe the Knicks won't care that much tonight. Won't care as much as they did on Tuesday night. And it won't be as bad. That was very tough to watch. And the team, they just felt, you could tell it, you could feel it through the computer. They were deflated. Brad was just like, hey, everybody was still at the hotel. We don't even know. We didn't even come in the building today. Mentally, we're just not there. So let's hope tonight is better. And we'll just see. We'll have to see what happens. I see we're getting ready to switch the conversation to the Washington football team, and I see already have a good solid group of Washington football fans that have joined the conversation. Russ, we see you. The CWall chaplain Mazdak has joined us online. He couldn't make it to the impromptu gathering here at the CWall studios, but of course he is always following online. And Mike Lyles, we absolutely see you. So I need the like and the love emojis. Sabrina, we see you as well. The like, the love emojis, you guys, as we are getting into the Washington football team talk. So make sure you all are doing, and make sure you all are sharing the show with your DC. I always say it interchangeably, don't I, y'all? Sometimes I say your DC sports loving family and friends, your DMV sports loving family and friends. So I switch it up. Y'all know what I mean. Local, around here. So you get it. Definitely want to acknowledge also Emmanuel Washington. Thank you for joining us as well. Where do we want to start? Where do we want to start with the Washington football team? We got 12 solid minutes, y'all. We got 12 solid minutes.
Breaking news for Washington football team.
Is it the breaking news that Washington football team signed Adam Humphries? Mm-hmm. Wide receiver Adam Humphries finally got a slot receiver. They got a slot receiver. They wanted a slot. They got a slot in Adam Humphries. I think that, hey, that's a good call. And I see your comment, Mike, that you are getting excited again. And we definitely love the excitement. Hey, listen, I feel like I'm nearing some excitement about the Washington football team. And then the Wizards is just...
They just came to terms with contract.
Right, I guess the breaking news is that Sherrod, the originator Oliphant,
came to terms.
Sources say, per sources, okay? And Wallace, let me acknowledge your comment that I think is very important. And you say this, no shade to Sims, but he wasn't very good last season. I don't think there's any shade there. I think you said what is an absolute fact, and you should be elated that you recognize that, and I'm glad that you recognized it and acknowledged it in a way that you documented it, because you are correct. What I'm excited about, what I'm happy about, is that the team recognized it as well. Mm-hmm. That is still a good thing. That is a good thing. Let me tell you about, and we're going to get to that. We got to definitely get to Damon's comment. I want to get to Damon's comment about Daniel Snyder buying the whole team. Please don't let me forget, y'all. Because y'all know I get excited and start talking about stuff, and then I'll forget. What I do want to say, I think we said this last week about free agency, that is very important. It's where we all know there were glaring holes in areas of upgrade needed. They have addressed. They have absolutely addressed it. And hey, listen, it's all good. I mean, we wasn't going to get Patrick Mahomes. And I think that's what everybody needs to understand. I know we said it, but, I said it last week that, Sherrod had it in his article. It was in the free agent tracker about Ryan Fitzpatrick and what he would bring to the team in a mentorship capacity and just overall exciting. We know that the issues before with Alex Smith was being Captain check down, scared to throw the football. We're not gonna have to worry about that with Ryan Fitzpatrick at all. He's gonna absolutely throw the football. You never know who's gonna catch it. That's what I said. You never know who's gonna catch it. But at the same token, we also know that he's not gonna be afraid to throw that football, and we got some receivers that can go out and go and get it. So I think that is what is key and what is critical for certain. Now with the linebacker position, and Sherrod, originator, remind me about your linebacker list. Hold on. Who's left? Quan Alexander, I think, is still available. We have to go and check the free agent tracker to see who's still available, because we were updating the free agent tracker to see who was still available. There was some depth signings at linebacker, but you know, we wanted to see some moves being made there. But that, yeah, some upgrades there. Now potentially, you can also draft. Because I think what they have now is solid enough to say, hey, we are absolutely prepared for the draft. What we couldn't get in free agency, they're prepared to make a move in the draft. And I think that's a key thing. So let's be looking at, if they're unable to pick anybody up in free agency, we need to absolutely be looking at the draft, as Damon said, for the linebackers. That is key. What other positions, y'all? What other positions do they need? We still need a safety. We still need a free safety. Other updates. We saw that Fabian Moreau has moved on and signed a deal with the Atlanta Falcons. And wanted to mention that. Sherrod, the originator, is in my ear. Offensive tackle. Need to lock that in. Make some upgrades there. As Mazdak has mentioned below, a tight end. A tight end. Still need a tight end. That is for sure, and that is for certain. As we've been mentioning, and we go back to the point of Fabian Moreau and needing a corner, and I do like that Will Jackson signing, but still need to beef up. Definitely free safety. Still need a safety. And Trey Boston, yes, the originator has spoken. Trey Boston is still out there. So it's still areas of upgrade. Still areas of upgrade for certain. But I think that everyone should be pleased in the direction the team is going in. They knew the positions of need. They attacked them, and nobody broke the bank. Nobody broke the bank. Did anybody notice that? Ain't nobody break no bank. So, you know, hey, let's just keep watching. Let's just keep watching and keep seeing how things progress. But I think they're making smart decisions. They're making strategic decisions without breaking the bank. And that is very important. I think it's critical for sure. Damon's point about Dan Snyder now buying out the whole team. I'm going to ask you all, what do you all think about that? Put down in the comments, how are you feeling about that news? You know, with everything going on with the allegations, I'll be honest in saying, wow. You know, with everything going on with the allegations, the league has now made a way for Dan to buy out the majority owners. And minority owners, excuse me. They've made a way for Dan to buy out the minority owners so that he would have full ownership of the team. Damon shares he wasn't pleased with that news. I wasn't either. And it was just, you know, it was, I don't know. I didn't anticipate it. I did not anticipate it, considering all that has transpired and that continues to transpire with the investigation. Wallace is commenting that he also does not like the news. So I think it's something that needs to continue to be tracked and watched. In my opinion, it is telling that despite all that's going on, it has been made available for him to purchase 100% ownership of the team. It is absolutely telling. Absolutely telling. So let's continue to watch it. Let's continue to see what happens, but let's all take note. Hey, now he's 100% owner. And that's going in the direction that some of us were thinking this was going to go in. So still to be continued, but I think we kind of all know the answer to that one, right? The name. I wanted to bring up the name with you all because I know we've talked about the name. I think that there's been conversations just this week where President Jason Wright has shared the potential that the name could stay the Washington football team. So I don't even know. I don't think I've even asked Joy or Sherrod which name that they like. I don't know. I don't know if they've ever even shared which name that they like.
I haven't.
Oh, well, which name do you like? I mean, Wallace is saying keeping the Washington football team beyond 2022 would be a failure. You know what, y'all? I'm fine with the name.
I like the name.
I'm okay with the name. I'm going to tell you all this story.
And it was,
give me the Super Bowl. You can call us the Super Bowl champions. That's what you can call. They win the Super Bowl next year. Just call us the 2022 Super Bowl champions from going forward.
We call them the football team?
No, we still can't call them the football team. Josh Sherrod gives me a hard time with the Washington name. That's internal CWall deliberations. So I'm not gonna share that with y'all. But good God. Anyway, so it's just like the name is call them Washington, and it's just Jesus. But anyway, it's just what? But anyway, oh gosh, we'll have to talk about that after the show. But Damon is okay with the name, and it's like, hey, listen, like, you know, I know a lot of folks like Red Wolves. Check in if you like the Red Wolves name. I can't think of anything else that I know that folks like. But hey, look, I'm okay with the Washington football team. I think the W on the helmets, I think that's dope. I'm cool with it. It really doesn't make me any difference. And soccer clubs do it. I think for me, it was always okay. Well, soccer clubs do it all the time, and they just name the city, and it's like club, and that's it. And so, I'm it's a way. I don't know if you all saw it where you can still give your suggestions on the name. So, give your suggestions, write them in, let them know what you think. Mike Lyles is sharing that Warriors had some votes. The Washington Warriors. I know you're absolutely correct. I had heard that as well, too. So all of this remains to be seen. To Cameron's point, if the team ends up winning a Super Bowl, right, or going far, then you just keep whatever name it is when they win, right? I agree with that. Harry says, yep, Red Wolves, Red Hawks, Warhawks. So it still all remains to be seen. We're going to see, because they're still going to continue to talk about it. And it's still going to continue to be a thing. They're absolutely going through a full culture change. They also don't want to overthink it, Just don't overthink it. To Damon's point, just win. Can we just get a win? We don't want to argue over a name. Just win. So hopefully that trend starts and continues for years to come, regardless of the name. So, with all of that being said, you guys, we are at time. It is 8 o'clock. We made it another week on Coaching from the Couch. You guys, it has been a blast. As always, I hope you all have had a great time engaging in conversation. Make sure you are sharing this show with your DMV or DC sports loving family and friends. Continue to be safe. Please be blessed. And we will see you guys next week.